Welcome to my short talk about balancing readability and visual appeal when choosing fonts for your design. I'm Laurie McAleenan. I am a lifelong artist, multi-passionate creative entrepreneur. I do have a graphic design degree, which I spent at the beginning in the aerospace and automotive industries until about 2007. Then I began to support my family and we moved around the country for my husband's job. I was a homemaker, I was homeschooling, and I also worked and did hustles on the side, teaching classes, volunteering. I love to read, love to learn, love to paint and draw. I have a fabulously supportive husband, young adult children, cats, dogs, and my own personal pet, actually a snake. I did decide this year to pivot from my Etsy shop handmade business. I have a printable shop still active, and my niche found me, which was reptiles. I had a course idea in 2019 after teaching graphic design to high school students in the homeschool community that entrepreneurs, crafters, makers really could benefit from applying design thinking to their skills. And so that's how this set of products that I'm publishing was born. So this year I decided to simplify, cut back on volunteering, and pivoted to focus on my art, my fine art, but also this set of products that I really feel passionate about that bridge my design and creativity with being an entrepreneur and supporting the maker and entrepreneur digital community. You can find more information about me at my parent site, lauriemcalenan.com. Everything links off of that, including my courses and products with createwithlaurie.com. I want to do a shout out to all of the support that I've had, not just in my personal life, but also in the digital community. I have won a few prizes where I had coaching calls and other products that really fast forwarded me into making it happen this year. And just having that support to be brave, do it scared, and several friendships have also bloomed out of that. So I'm hugely thankful for that. So let's get started. Why does it matter that I need to look at fonts and balance readability with visual appeal? Well, the big purpose of graphic design is clear visual communication. So we're surrounded by advertisements, whether it's TV, social media, newspapers, what doesn't matter. We're always surrounded by information, billboards, business signs, all those things, all about visual communication to a customer. So whether you're a maker, whether you have a product in stores, whether you are a digital designer, product designer, printable, all of it matters, and you have customers. So the standard for attention grabbing is 8 seconds. They say it takes 8 seconds to grab, or you have 8 seconds to grab your audience's attention, to hook them in, have them stop, take a look, and hopefully shop with you. But I want to argue that it's less than that. There's a TikTok trend going around that encourages viewers, let's like each other and I like you like me, we'll build our following. But within that, there have also been this bloom of, hey, you need to also sit and watch, because that time that you sit and watch my video matters. So they say at least for 5 minutes. Now consider that the length of time, not 5 minutes, 5 seconds, sorry, the length of time that you have to record. You can do a 60-second, you can do a 10-minute. There's different levels of videos that you can do. So in that time, those short form videos, the first 5 seconds are the most important, because that is what gets somebody to stop and watch your entire reel or your entire video. And that data is what helps the algorithm that keeps bringing people back. Now, I argue even further that it's less than 5 seconds, because I know that when I'm on and I'm scrolling, I often swipe if I don't feel a hook within probably the first 3 seconds, sometimes even shorter than that. If I'm busy or distracted or just really want certain content, it can be even less than that. So if you think about it like social media is the highway and we're driving along and the billboards are there to catch your attention, tell you about a business, and you think about the time when you spot the billboard to when you read it, you comprehend that information, and then you think about that choice. Do I want to possibly shop at that store? Do I agree with the message? Any of those things. And you drive on past. Now, maybe you think about it again, maybe you don't. So social media is sort of that way as well. That first couple seconds that reel pops up, that video pops up, that graphic pops up, if it's hard to read what's being posted, it's even going to be less and more of a challenge to get people to stop. So here is probably a huge thing. My graphic design students know I had a huge pet peeve about this. If you don't learn anything else from this talk, please be careful using script fonts. In fact, I would say rarely use them at all. And script fonts are like cursive, calligraphy, all the handwriting fonts, felt tip, I think it's called felt pen, maybe Comic Sans can fall into that category. That falls into other categories as well. But any of those are kind of subcategories of script. So on the left, you see this email that I literally received back in 2017, 2018 timeframe from somebody in the homeschool community talking about yearbook pictures, etc. I couldn't read it. Like I could sit and read it. My brain interprets. I understand how to read cursive. But that was a lot of time for me. A busy mom. I mean, I just looked at it and I thought, I don't want to read this. It's too hard. And then when you get down to the acronym for the group, the 4 capital letters in the second paragraph, those are nearly impossible to read. So if you're going to use script fonts, use them sparingly. Now, on the right side, you have a wedding invitation, and traditionally that's when they're used. I still don't particularly care for it, but when for a wedding invitation, typically the person receiving it knows who's sending it, so they can pretty much tell the name of the person written in that font. But if you're in that font, but if you're doing advertisements or social media posts, and even you're a laser user or a vinyl cutter, Cricut or Silhouette, and you're creating signs or anything like that, and you're using script fonts, it's kind of cute and it probably fits depending on how it's used, but it's really hard to read. So if you have a message that you're trying to get out, you want people to click on your link, you want people to buy from you, that's not the place to use it. Don't use it in your ads. Don't use it on your icons. Don't use it in your posts. So this one is a great example of the font choice. Now we can say, all right, the kerning, which is the space between the letters, is too tight. That could be one argument because that L and the I and the word flickering are close enough together that it creates the letter U and creates a whole different word. But if you used a different font that did not have those little tabs that stick out on the end, so they're called serifs, this is a serif font, then it would eliminate that. So you see on the right-hand side, the 2 green circles, that circles those little tabs and how they reach out to each other, that L's touch and that I. Without those tabs, you would have a little bit more space and hopefully minimize what's happened here. Now, you could also argue that people, this is novelty. I would probably buy it just for the fun of it. And, but is that enough of a customer base to buy this to be profitable and help you? Maybe not. You really don't want to cause confusions with your customers. All right, here's another example. So this is a lawn service landscaping ad, and we won't talk about the color. That's a whole nother part that'll be in future classes in my big design course. Fonts, the colors don't help it at all. But your headline, at first I had to sit and look, is it just the entire alphabet that's there? Because it looks, I guess it is called ABC Landscaping. But boy, I had to spend a lot of time figuring that out. And if I was looking at even just a newspaper with this as an ad and there were other landscapings, I would probably go with somebody different. It creates an amateur look. It creates an unprofessional look. Makes me question, deep down, I don't mean to, but it makes you question, do they even know what they're doing with leaves, landscaping, tree cutting, whatever they've got going on, irrigation systems. Like it or not, it does. We do make judgments, and that is it. So they have this black letter font in all caps. Doesn't work. Then you go into like a comic style, or Comic Sans is what I was thinking, maybe a handwritten type font, and it just does, they don't work together. And then it's minimized, it's super small to fit in. It just doesn't work. The balance is off, the hierarchy, all that. But in the end, the choice of fonts is really bad. It's just took us way too long to figure out what the business name was. So, a few of my products and services, I am in the process of moving everything over to PayHip. So that's going to take some time. So it look like I don't have a whole lot, but they're not all published yet. Currently, you can get this free simple guide to font types and their moods. I do offer consultation calls, and I do have a full design course coming in 2024, hopefully sooner. And that is going to focus on not just teaching you design. I want you to know how to apply that design to your products. So that's what we're going to look at. And with that, better design, better font choice, it's hopefully going to elevate your designs for better clicks, better sales, and things like that. It will be there'll be assignments that you will apply the principles to your specific niche, your specific products, so that you can implement what you've learned. So you can go to my website to get that free guide. And here within this group, the Spotlight Winner giveaway includes the Font Mood Tracker, which I did in 3 different ways. I did it as a spreadsheet in Google Sheets. I downloaded it as a PDF and in a Canva whiteboard. And then also I have my quick start guide to better font choices, which is actually a mini course. All right, I hope that helps, and I look forward to talking to you all in the future.